In this video, we'll continue with the idea of the spiral musculature, or the way that we use the spiral to create beautiful integrated movement. If you watched my last video using the top of the body and trying to feel the spiraling action through the arms, we're going to move on to use the spiral through the body. In my many years of studying modern dance and many other dance forms, we did lots of rolling around on the floor, spiraling our bodies from the head to the feet and back and forth. But I didn't really understand how I could pull all this together really in training dancers until I studied a little bit about the dart procedures, and I will not talk much about that. Here you can always look that up. That's DART, D-A-R-T, the dart procedures, and he studied Alexander and also anthropology, and was able to create a series of exercises that are very helpful in us understanding how to create more beautiful natural movement through the natural development of our bodies as we grow and start from a child into the upright position. So this is a big subject, and just for teaching purposes, I'm taking the spiral, and many of the dart procedures use the spiral on the floor as we did in dance classes for many, many years. But in the studio I use the chair. Most people are coming in to learn ballroom dancing, so they're not ready to roll around on the floor. And so this is more integrated into the way we move when we're standing up. So this will just be one simple exercise, and what we'll apply it to is how to get that spiral to carry on through the entire spine and down through the legs and down through the feet. Just case in point is sometimes when we're turning, many times we'll turn the body and the legs will be stuck. Now sometimes that might be something we want, if we want a counter spiral in the leg against the body. But if we're doing the ballroom style, we want the leg to shape with the body, and so this leg looking in the other direction is a problem for us. So very simple exercise. We simply start with the head, as our head is leading the movement of the spine. And we talk about moving with intention. So I'm thinking of looking for something, someone's calling my name, or there's a cookie over there I'd like to have. So I'll be intentional in my movement. I'm just going to let that spiral carry through my neck bones and through the mid and upper spine and through the pelvis and through the legs and all the way down to the feet, and I'll go into a complete spiral. Now if I continue to pull my head around the other way, then I would be continuing my intention. And so if I were to do that, the spiral would eventually lift me up out of the chair. I find when I first ask my students to turn in the chair, they'll do something like this. And they'll stop here. Then the legs will remain outside of the spiral. But as soon as their attention is drawn to that, it's very easy for them to allow the leg bones to spiral into the movement. The other thing I like about this is the verticality, because when we sit in a chair, unless we're not thinking about it and we're sitting like this, we'll be sitting in a natural position where the pelvis is underneath the shoulders and underneath the head. So we're not getting into some of the mannerisms that people tend to do when they dance, where they may have a problem of overextending, or more likely they may be tucking the pelvis underneath. So you're getting a normal verticality there. And as you turn in the chair, you can feel the bending of the one hip joint and the filling out of the other hip joint as you turn around. We do this in the other direction, again looking around with intention and allowing the spine to follow, and the hips and the legs, and just continuing on into the spiral. Now I'm going to unwind from the bottom, and then the top. So the spiral could be created from the bottom first, and then let the upper body follow, or it can be created from the head. So if I do again the spiral, turning this way, allowing my legs to follow through. If I now turn my head back to the left, I could easily be in a promenade position as the man in the dance partnership. And I would have then a counter spiral, which is like the wringing of a washcloth, so that everything underneath my head, or I should say more truthfully underneath my ears, everything is rotated to the right, and then my head is rotated to the left. Feeling the verticality in the chair also can help us to feel that the head is in a nice vertical alignment, and we're just rotating around the ears and not doing some kind of a distortion through the neckline. Often when we tell our students to turn their head, they'll end up tilting the head and tightening the muscles here, and this is where you can get injury as well as an ugly line. So we're just feeling this verticality of weight fall, the spiral, counter spiral just through the head, and then the feeling the spiraling in the arms towards the partner. If I were on the other side and I went into the counter spiral now, keeping my body as closed as possible, and again opening the head, spiraling through the arms. It's a very good feeling now for the lady dancer to feel her promenade position with her center towards her partner and her head rotated to the left again without distortions through the neck. So this is just one exercise, one application, but can give you an idea and a feeling for how to carry on with that. It's a very nice, freeing feeling. I find when my students do this, it seems to lubricate all the joints in the spine and get them aware in an easy way that the spiral goes all the way down to the toes, to the feet, and up through the head, and also through the arms.